Good afternoon, everybody. It's a Friday. We got news, and I mean news, coming at you right now. Reports and rumors have made its way to the campus of Palo Alto. Rumors stating that after the national title win, this was broken by the media outlets out in sunny California. Rumors stating that after the national title win. Now, right now, before we get into this, there's a difference. These programs and the way that they're being run, you have very by the book, brick by brick methods that Coach Garner and Coach Deuce have implemented in their programs. And then you had Shark Davis just kind of recruiting at willy-nilly kind of sort of recruiting style. Didn't really follow a metric. That's one thing he didn't take from either one of those guys, regardless how much of a friendship he says they have. He didn't take either one of those things from them coaches, because that is not how a coach builds a foundational program. Helter-skelter, willy-nilly, players coach. We'll do whatever. Let's just have fun. No. Not how Coach Garner and Coach Deuce build programs. You can have fun, but you're going to do your job first. After the national title win, Shark Davis and Good Time Bayou Bill threw a house party not only for the team, but incoming recruits, supplying alcohol and the like for everybody, and they used a football stipend to buy everything. If this is true, Shark Davis has already resigned, retired, whatever. It was basically, we know now, after more information into this investigation breaks, we know now that it was Arkansas State University alumni and donors standing there with their foot stomped down going, hey, we're putting our foot down. We want him gone. So it was basically either we're going to fire you publicly or you're going to resign, retire, whatever. So Shark Davis and Bayou Bill stepped away from the game for a little bit. Now that doesn't mean Arkansas State's not out of the woods here yet. Because just because that they've gotten rid of some of what their problems were, some of the things that they let happen, this program could suffer some repercussions from the NCAA for letting this type of behavior go on under its own nose. So, Morgantown, they got into it a little bit into the mix. All these other clubs are watching this very close because, look, let's face it, Elijah Deuce, head coach Garner, they're putting their hard work, sweat, and tears into this, building the program up right. And if they're going to have the willy-nilliness of people like Shark Davis about, they want to know what's going on. So Morgantown has pitched in a little bit of things here too. You know, they're citing that Good Night, the Good Time having, you know, he's a partier. Bayou Bill, known for the good time, the good nights, may have brought some ladies to the evening with him. This also stems back. Him moonlighting with these extracurricular ladies, I'll put it. They have careers. I don't understand why people do what they do sometimes, but everybody's got to make money. But this stems back to the jolt out of LSU. 1 year, you got to coach for 1 year. A pro program like LSU, and you're going to coach that program for 1 year, win a national championship, and leave? I always was wondering about that. Well, out of Morgantown, it sounds like we might have a little bit of rooting around. Somebody has rooted up some dirt on the man. We call Bayou Bill here on the Offside Zone. So, Coach Deuce takes his job very seriously. He'll have some fun after the work's done. But having fun after a national title game and inviting your incoming recruits and the team and spending football stipend on booze and ladies, oh boy, that's a big difference. Big difference there. So, Bayou Bill and Sark Davis had to step away. We have finally official public comments from them both. Here from Shark Davis at the podium. Good morning, everyone. I'd like to first and foremost thank the Arkansas State Red Wolves for the opportunity to coach their team and be a part of this organization for 3 seasons. I won't comment or field questions regarding the ongoing investigation into what transpired after last year's national championship victory. All I will say is I will be taking some time away from the game. I want to assess where foundationally I went wrong in building this culture at Arkansas State. I apologize that a fly-by-moment decision has cost one of the best college football players to ever lace up the cleats his entire senior season. Trevor, for that, I'm truly sorry. The fans, I've let them down this season too. With everything swirling about and all this turmoil, I'll never be able to repay the fans for the hope that we had gained together that is now lost. Thank you all. I'll forever be grateful to the Arkansas State Red Wolves. Now, then we got Bayou Bill. Here's his official statement. Hello, I'm going to make this show sweet. I'm under investigation by the NCAA for the events that transpired after the national championship win, as you may have heard about. Now, you know, I'm a bayou swimming, gator killing, crow dad eating son of a gun. I love to have a good time. If I'm going to get fired for having a good time, well, I'd rather have a good time than no time. Before the time, I'm going to take a little bit of time away from the game. I'm going to be out of here for a beat. But I just want to address something before I leave. Hey, Coach Elijah Deuce, up there, West Virginia Mountaineers. I just want to let you know, Arkansas State, we won up to the last national championship. And Bayou Bill, I'm going to keep the eyeball pasted on the coaching carousel. I'm going to keep it a looker going that direction. Because anything catches my fancy, I'll be back. And I'll be asking for a matchup against you. That's all I got. I love football. That was Bayou Bill from the podium. As he said, he's going to be keeping a looker in the direction of the coaching carousel. And that man's a ham bone. I hope someday he does take up another head coaching job, as long as he doesn't prove to be a terrible human being coming out of this investigation. Legendary coach, NFL legendary great Joey Evans, 5-time Super Bowl champion Joey Evans, 1-time Super Bowl champion head coach Nate Higgs, will be in Morgantown next week. I don't know, maybe it was more than one. We've done so much of this on the offside zone here, I lose track of who won what when. Anyhow, I know Coach Higgs, he won a Super Bowl for sure against Sonny Weaver Jr. Well, it wasn't a Super Bowl, it was the AFC Championship. Anyhow, see, there you go. I'm getting all confused. We've been through this so many times, like I said, it's hard to keep track of who won what then. I know for a fact, though, that Coach Higgs has won a Super Bowl, maybe two. But regardless, they coming in to Morgantown next week. He broke the news this week at his weekly presser saying, we got an early bye week in New England. So me and Coach Evans are going to make the trip down to see our good buddy E2. I want to see all those trophies he's been collecting. Maybe if we can help hit any coaching points for some of the young assistants, I believe Coach Evans, even though he's a man of few words, will be giving the team a pregame speech. So, in his second game at the helm, moving on to the Stanford Cardinal, head coach Jeremy Garner has already delivered a defining moment for the program, leading the Cardinal to a stunning upset victory over number 23 UCLA in front of an electric home crowd at Stanford Stadium. The victory marks Stanford's first win over a ranked opponent since 2021. Signals a new era for Cardinal football under Garner's leadership. I got to tell you, Coach Garner ain't new to this. This ain't nothing new for him. He went up to Penn State and followed up a man who was 0 and forever against anybody that could play the game. And he went ahead and rectified that. First year in the building, took on ranked opponents in the top 10 and beat them all. So, this ain't nothing new for Coach Garner, beating the number 23 ranked UCLA with a team that ain't been there in a while. He's used to this type of adversity. He welcomes it, and he turns it out into a great showing on the field. Now, back to his comments. This team showed heart, discipline, and resilience tonight, said Coach after the game. We've talked since day one about building a culture that believes we can compete with anyone. Beating a nationally ranked opponent in just our second outing together shows that belief is real. The win is especially significant for Stanford as it seeks to reestablish itself in the national conversation. Garner, who came to Stanford after a successful stint at Penn State, has quickly energized the players, staff, fans alike with his vision for the program. This victory is a building block, Garner added. We're proud of this moment, but we also know that the journey is just beginning. Stanford football is committed to competing at the highest level week in and week out. That is head coach Jeremy Garner after his game versus UCLA. And I gotta be honest with you, the new fresh-faced head coach to the program, head coach Marty Schumer, takes over for the Baylor Bears on a Thursday. He's with the team during travel on Friday to Ole Miss, and at Saturday was on the sidelines with the headset. That basically encapsulates the extent of the involvement that Coach Marty Schumer has had with the Baylor Bears. Baylor Bears sit at 0-2. They lost 65-34 to Ole Miss. Now, let's take you to the post-game presser for Marty Schumer. Hi, everybody. Tough out tonight. I make no excuses. I will not use the time with the team as an excuse. We worked on some new wrinkles on the way here. And I had talked to the players, and we Had several long conversations on the journey here, and we tried to put together the best game plan we could. Like I said, we pretty much rolled with what they had coming in and what they had been working on, and I added a few new wrinkles for this game, and we just come up short. That's it. That's just it. Crowd was loud, and coming out of halftime, we had a chance to keep it close and took 3 sacks in a row, sitting at 4th and 37. That's never a good formula coming out of half with the ball. You want to try to get those points because it's kind of gaining extra possession there by getting the ball back after half. But players fought hard. I told them in the locker room, keep your chin up, guys. That's good. That's good competition. We played a hostile environment on the, against some healthy competition. So let's get a full week of practice in. Let's implement the things that I want to get going in on the team. And we'll see how we fare out next week as we take on NFCS school. So, that's pretty much all I got for you today. Quarterback played well. Had a good game. Threw a couple interceptions there in the first half. Kind of got us behind. We got to take care of the ball better than that. But other than that, he knows where we need to improve. We'll talk about it this week in the film room. And this loss ain't on the players. This is on me. I don't stare at excuses and use them to my advantage. I'm not sitting here looking through a Rolodex trying to find a reason. The reason is we lost to a better opponent on a road trip in a hostile environment. We're going to get back to work, turn it around. We'll see you next Saturday. Hopefully we're having a different conversation after that game. No injuries to report. Everybody have a great evening. And on the bus he went. They rushed him through and got him out. His team, the team for the Baylor Bears, got Coach Shermer on the plane, and that was the end of it. He was brother of late Fritz Shermer, defensive coordinator for Green Bay, and Santana Dotson will be at the Baylor facility this week to try to boost the rallying cry for this coach and this team. Let's try to hit it hard and create that hard-nosed environment that was Santana Dotson and the Baylor Bears. We want to get back to that hard-nosed environment. So, that's what they say at least. Santana Dotson's coming in. Coach Deuce has got his buddies, Higgs and Joey Evans, coming in. Coach Jeremy Garner's looking for rip off his 3rd straight victory out there in Stanford. And we got more on the investigation. As we find details on this investigation that's ongoing at Arkansas State, we'll break them out, see what for punishment the NCAA is going to levy against that club. And we're going to keep track of this fresh-faced head coach, Marty Shermer, for the Baylor Bears. You all have a great evening and an even better night. I'm your man, Flathead Willie. This is the Offside Zone, and I'm out.